Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And oh my gosh, in this video, I am going to bring you very breaking news on the SEC, R3 and Swift, Ripple, Stellar, IBM, SBI Holdings, and some XRP. First, the SEC's crypto mom. She has a really great exclusive interview. And if you don't know who the crypto mom is, that is Hester Peirce. She is an SEC commissioner. She became very famous lately because she actually went against the grain and did some pushback in regards to the SEC moving slow and also turning down a recent exchange traded fund, or as some people are calling ETFs. So Peirce argued that the SEC's judgment had sent a strong signal that innovation is unwelcome in our markets, an opinion that has made her a hero in the cryptocurrency community. So this is a fantastic interview. I won't spoil it. I'm going to put the description or the link down in the description below. But just a couple of things. She was asked if she liked her nickname, Crypto Mom. And she said, yeah, it's kind of cute. She's not a mom, but she thought it was cute. And also, I was amazed. She leaves her direct mail, her DM open on Twitter, which I can tell you, it creates a lot of work. So she does it and says that she wants to know what people think. So I think she is a very special person for sure. All right. This is something that came out just a couple of hours ago, and it's an interview by a Ripple partner, and this is the CEO of MoneyNetInt. And I really want to clarify why this is such an amazing interview. So it's about 6 minutes long and amazing glowing reports of how Ripple has provided efficiency and given them a better solution for their clients, and it saves them time and it saves them money. And when I tweeted this out, some people were giving me a response back on Twitter that they were let down or disappointed because they didn't use XRP. But what I think people who listen to this fail to notice or don't understand is that, as he says, the clients that are using the Ripple technology for this provider, this service provider, is for SEPA transfers. Now, he is not a bank. As he says, we're not a bank. We are an AMI, which is an authorized electronic money institution. And when you do SEPA transfers, that is a single euro payment area transfer, which means there is no reason for him to use XRP. XRP works in the liquidity for cross-border remittances. And right now maybe he will expand his business and start doing some cross-border remittances and then make that Ripple technology available to his clients. But he said that his clients are now mostly doing SEPA transfers. So I'm not disappointed at all. When you hear him talk about how Ripple is the future of payments for banks, and this is the direction that everybody's going to go, well, you just need to understand that for his business, XRP right now is not needed. So this is absolutely a fantastic 6 minutes from a Ripple partner. I will put the link to this in the description as well. All right, here's something that Swift just tweeted out in the last 24 hours. There is a webinar that's going to happen on March 14th with R3 explaining how the Corda settler works. Now you have to reserve your spot, and I'm sure that they are going to screen you. But if you think you can get by their screening and you want to participate in watching their webinar and learn about Corda settler, I think it's, highly recommended. So there you go. All right, this is a little bit interesting for Stellar and IBM. So have a listen here. 40 to 50 banks are expected to announce Stellar use in the coming months. And this particular information comes from Jesse Lund. He is the head of blockchain at IBM, and he revealed that the IBM Think, he revealed at the IBM Think 2019 that between 40 and 50 banks are expected to join the Stellar-based IBM WorldWire service in the next few months. And there is a interesting 29-second, not even actually. Right here. Listen to this. This is, let me start it from the beginning. He's got a question. Okay, so just let me set it up a little bit here. Fred Shebesta, sorry, Fred, if I didn't say that right. He is interviewing Mr. Lund, who is here, and he gets asked a very interesting question and has a very interesting answer. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Got a key question for you. Do you think the central bank's going to launch a cryptocurrency? Central bank digital currencies accessible to the public are coming soon.
So, digital currencies for the central banks are coming soon. Very interesting. And I wanted to listen to the entire interview because there is a lot of information here that is of interest. But when I click on this link, I get a message from YouTube that the video is not available. So either the video has been taken down, or it's possible that being in Japan, it is not something I can watch, which occasionally happens. There's regional differences, and I sometimes can't view from Japan. So if anybody has a different outcome when they click on that YouTube link, please let me know. But in the interview, he goes on to say that they are going to launch this very soon, and we're going to be supporting more than 50 countries out of the gate, 30 to 40 currencies, and enough market makers to drag along 30 or 40 banks. So we'll have a significant portion of the world covered, he explained, he being Mr. Lund. And we've got letters of intent with several banks around the world to support and issue digital currencies, stable coins, and other currencies, Lund added. So their goal is to continue and expand that network and to provide global coverage within 3 to 5 years. Okay, so moving on, there is some information that came out today with SBI Holdings. So SBI Holdings has actually conducted a finalization of an acquisition that they announced back in August, but they didn't get all their due diligence done. They are going to obtain control of a New York-based asset management by acquiring 67% stake. It's a $12 million deal, and it's of Philip Carrot. They were actually founded in 1924. They are one of the first mutual funds ever to have been formed in the United States, and they manage ultra high net worth clients. In fact, if you take a look at the fund, they're not afraid of doing anything with IT firms, because they hold within their fund of about 200 companies: Apple, Microsoft, Intel, Alphabet, Facebook, and Alibaba. And they just recently exited on BlackRock, which I thought was interesting, Dell, and Ford. So anyway, SBI Holdings adds another powerful company to their growing stable of companies. Okay, we all know that Ripple's incubator arm, Spring, invested in Weitse Wind and his startup XRPL Labs. And I think everybody was just celebrating because Weitse is really an amazing guy. This was announced last Wednesday, and the startup, of course, by Weitse is co-founded by himself, where he is from the Netherlands, but also there is a couple of other there are two other people that are actually working with him. That is Tristan and Ali. So the startup is going to use this undisclosed funding to really do some amazing work. And these are some of the 3 projects that they're going to be working on. Well, the point is that Weitse did a live AMA today. And he really is just such a likable guy and so smart and so humble and so focused, and what an amazing individual. And I think Ripple did an excellent job to choose him as one of their investments. So he did a live AMA on Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube at the same time. And he took also questions on Reddit, Discord, and Twitter, and YouTube. I don't know how you work all those mediums at the same time. It's just crazy. But people from all over the world came in to view his hour and 43-second AMA, and he was very forthcoming, very informative, very interesting. I didn't lose interest at all through the whole entire thing. And you're going to see that they're going to roll out new ideas that are going to be built on the XRP ledger. And he had some words of wisdom too, which I think is worth repeating. He said a lot of people are focusing on why coin X is better than coin Y. And there's a lot of FUD going around and a lot of people getting offended from both sides of many camps. And I think he just really sees that we should just focus on trying to work together and build stuff, use stuff, and think of ways to implement the XRP ledger. So I couldn't agree more. And I will definitely not let certain writers out there pull me into their craziness. Yeah, I won't do it anymore. I won't do it. And we shouldn't do it. And I think if you want to listen to Weitse and the way he explains it, he does a better job than I do, but I get his point. All right, so yeah, as a community, we should be reaching out to each other and sharing knowledge. So, hear, hear. Okay, I'm going to the fluff, everybody. This is big news tonight. It is about Hayabusa. Hayabusa actually launched in 2014, and it's traveled 2 billion miles from Japan, part of the JAXA space initiative, and it's trying to land on an asteroid. It actually tried this afternoon. It couldn't do it. It couldn't find a good landing spot, so they're going to try again at about 8 o'clock Japan time, so that's in about 9 hours from now. And they thought that they could land somewhere on 100-meter wide area that would be like the size of a baseball field. But what they have found out is there's so many boulders, they have to land on top of like the size of a pitching mound. I don't know. How do you do this kind of stuff? I just don't know how they do it. So they're going to then actually fire a projectile into the asteroid, which will allow them to catch some of those rocks, and they're going to bring those samples back to Earth for study. So let's hope that they are successful. All of Japan is on the seat of their chairs watching this. So I don't know if the coverage is going very well out in the rest of the world, but it's pretty exciting here. Okay, so this fluff is going to take us kind of in some different directions. Hayabusa, the name of this, I guess it's satellite, right? Probe. It's a probe. Okay, so this probe is named after the Japanese word for falcon, and actually peregrine falcon to be exact, but for falcon. And falconry was so popular here in Japan for the shogunates, and especially Ieyasu Tokugawa, who was the first shogunate in Japan. He brought peace to Japan when he completely ruled with an iron fist, but he did bring peace to the country, and he was a big falconer. And what is, I think, interesting, because I live here, is one of his falcon grounds where he hunted is very close to where I live. And this is what it looked like back in his day. So this is what's called an ukiyo-e woodblock print. And I just can't believe it, because I'm going to show you. So look carefully. This is what it looked like in, the Edo period, which is sometime between 1601 and 1865, something very close. So for that period of time, that's called the Edo Jidai, or Edo era. And it's an area called Gotenyama. Gotenyama is quite interesting. Actually, the original Sony headquarters is on Gotenyama, and it is, Yama means mountain, and Goten is a way to count. It's like a counting way. So anyway, I'm not gonna go there right now, because that get me off track. So this is his hunting ground back in the day. Look at all the beautiful cherry tree blossoms. And here we have Gotenyama today. Look at this. Yeah, so this is the Rainbow Bridge. This is Tokyo Bay. This is the Sumida River that goes up through the old downtown. This is Shinagawa. And this is Gotenyama, where my mouse is. And this area here is the estate that was built in, I believe, 1908. And it was originally the home of the very first prime minister. And he then sold it to the founder of Mitsubishi. And it has stayed in the possession of Mitsubishi all the way. It's now called the Mitsubishi Guest House, and it is used on very rare occasions. I have always been fascinated with this mansion and property. Look at the size. I mean, you have to realize how valuable land is in Tokyo, and the size of this piece of property that's not been developed, which you can see how developed Tokyo is. This is just quite amazing. And this is a secret garden, by the way. This is a secret garden. Almost nobody knows about it because it's not advertised, and that's not part of this fluff. But what I want to talk about is this amazing mansion. So it sits behind this wall, and if you can't go in and take a look. You have to totally be part of an invited party if you're going to go inside the gate, which is up here. But it's so tall, and the greenery is so thick that you cannot see the house. So for years and years, I have been wanting to get inside to see it up close and personal. This is what it looks like. Just amazing. And this is actually the back side. There's the front side has some big lion dog guardians, and kind of a drive and a grand entry. But it's so rare to get pictures of this place because so few people can get in. This is a shot of the gardens, which is just fabulous. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. And a very rare, only really one shot I could find of the interior. I can find some banquet pictures and people mostly taking pictures of their food, but I wanted to just see some of the detail construction. So this is one, and it's just so elegant. So anyway, I hope you loved the tour of the Mitsubishi mansion. Take care, everybody. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.